Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're very pleased this morning to be kicking off EchoPark Automotive Grand Prix Day here at Circuit of the Americas with a very special celebrity guest. To my right at our stage here is Texas native Mark Calloway, but better known as The Undertaker from WWE. And this is a big week for him this week. On Friday, he's going to get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. WrestleMania will be at AT&T Stadium April 2nd and 3rd. Plenty of tickets still available. People can go to SeatGeek.com to pick those up. But we're kicking off the week on Sunday with doing a little something special. The Undertaker is our honorary pace car driver here today at Circuit of the Americas. Mark, welcome. We appreciate you being here.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm excited.
So I understand that you just got pace car certified. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you had a chance to do out there?
Well, I just want to say this first off. It took me less time to get pace car certified than it did to get my actual driver's license. But no, that was it's fun. That is a crazy track. I can't imagine these 40 drivers having to negotiate this thing. It's going to be exciting. Can't wait. Hopefully, I keep my tires on the pavement the whole way, and we'll get this thing kicked off, and I'm excited for the race.
Yeah. No pressure that 40 drivers are going to be depending on you to set the field as they come to that green flag, right? You've probably had more pressure in the past.
Well, I'm just saying, when I can't, they say, hey, you want to drive the pace car? I was like, oh, yeah, that'd be great. And then you guys, when I get here, you guys, tell me all the things that depends on my pay. And I'm like, I wasn't asking for any pressure today. I just wanted to come enjoy a race. But no, I'm excited. I can't, I'm just the opportunity. It is kind of a bucket list thing for me, and to be able to do it here in my hometown, in my home state, that makes it even that much more exciting. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, you've got such a decorated record of success with WWE, multi-time tag team champion, heavyweight champion, and we're excited that you took a little time to spend it with us today. Let's open it up for a few questions here. I'm going to start on this side with Stu. We'll get a microphone to everybody, and we'll have about 10 minutes to go.
Undertaker, Stu Meyer from the Horn and Sports Guys Talking Wrestling. First of all, congratulations on the WWE Hall of Fame induction. Talk for a second about your NASCAR fandom, favorite driver, that type of thing.
Well, I'm going to go back. I'm an old school guy, right? So, to me, the king is still the king. Richard Petty, that was my guy growing up as a kid. My gosh, the 3-car Earnhardt. Those are my guys. But this new generation of racer, exciting. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. Wallace, my goodness, the list goes on. There's the future of NASCAR is in safe hands. These guys are phenomenal. I just took a walk through the garage. It is amazing the evolution of the cars and the technology involved in all this. It really is amazing, and there's so much more that goes on and goes into this than what I think the normal casual fan even knows. I'm really excited to be here and be a part of this.
Good. All right. Let's go here to Alan, and then we'll come here to the front.
Alan Cavana, PRN. Speaking of that new generation, the storyline lately is a lot of those younger drivers are starting to win, starting to become the stars. In your career, how did you know when it was time to walk away, when that younger generation was coming up?
Well, for me, it really wasn't so much because I went through a lot of generations. I was there for a good minute. For me, it was my body telling me. I was there for so long, and I got to see different eras of new guys come in, and those guys always continue to push me, and that was good. But they just got to a point where, although my mind can see it, and I wanted to do it in my heart, that my body just couldn't keep up with the 20 and 30 somethings anymore. So I'm excited of the evolution of our business as well. The guys, their athleticism and their compassion, not their compassion, but their dedication is amazing. And I'm really just proud to be a part of the evolution of the business, and I think the the future of the WWE is in really good hands.
Yes, sir.
Rob Tianson from thepodiumfinish.net. Undertaker, I have to kind of wonder, what was your favorite rivalry in the WWE throughout your career?
My personal rivalry? Wow. Obviously, a lot of people will think of Mick Foley, which is high up on the list. Obviously, Kane, probably the greatest story ever told in wrestling. And I also enjoyed, my rivalries with Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Over the course of a 30-plus year career, you have a lot of interesting storylines and people that you get to compete against. But I'm going to say probably the battles with Kane. I think it was just I think a storyline that people, whether you were a wrestling fan or you weren't, you understood just because of sibling rivalries, and I think people identified with that. And Kane was always such a physically dominant, athlete that he always brought the best out in me. So I'm going to go with the Brothers of Destruction.
Mark, you also said, your body started to tell you when it was time to slow down a little bit. That actually started for you. You actually were a high school athlete here in Texas, even way back, right?
Oh yeah, way back. Yeah, I played a little basketball, and I was actually in college when I had made the decision that that wrestling is the path that I wanted to go. But I had a pretty good game back in the day. It was so good that I spent 30 plus years in wrestling. I don't know, but you figure that one out. But I did. I've always loved sports. Anything where there's a winner and a loser, I'm all about it. I'm just super competitive and enjoy the aspect of sports and the camaraderie and everything that sports does for our nation, our community. So I'm all about it.
Yeah, some of these NASCAR drivers like to take a jump shot every once in a while too. Denny Hamlin, but now they're also shifting to golf. So come back over here to Stu.
You mentioned about the future of the wrestling business, future of WWE. I know you spend a little time coaching down in NXT, and you look at the likes of Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa and Carmelo Hayes. Is that what you're talking about as far as the athleticism getting higher and higher in WWE?
Yeah, I mean, each generation, I think, they continue to push the limits of what the human body is able to do. I do think, I think they do that, they push the athletic side of it as they're learning the more psychological side of it and a way to evoke emotion, which is a huge part of what we do. There's the athletic side, but there's also, you have to be able to make people love you or hate you. They're going to pay money to see you either win or they're going to pay money to see you lose. And that's probably the hardest aspect of our industry. I mean, athletes are athletes, and but what separates whether you're a sports entertainer or you're a star is that ability to connect with your audience. And NXT is a great vehicle to get these guys jump started. But you're right. They are continuing to push the envelope of what they can do athletically and physically, and it's actually quite amazing because it's like a video game in real life.
Good.
Positive Radio Network, Tim Walker. I grew up in San Antonio. Knew you grew up in Houston. My inspiration was Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Who was your inspiration?
Oh man, I had so many. As a kid, I was just, amazed at Andre the Giant. He was just. I remember going in Houston. There was the Sam Houston Coliseum, and on occasion we'd have enough money maybe to get some tickets and. To see Andre in person as a 10, 11, 12-year-old is quite the sight to behold. My hand, which I have a pretty large hand now, doesn't do his justice. I mean, as a 12-year-old, his hand looked like honey-baked ham with fingers. I mean, it was incredible. And, it was just, it was guys like that, bigger-than-life guys, Wahoo McDaniel, those guys, I mean, it brings back so many memories. That's where it all started, and guys like Andre and Neil Mascaris and all those guys. Just every Saturday morning, that's who I was, jumping on my bed and putting holes in the wall and getting in trouble. Yeah, it was.
All right, let's take one more.
Talk about the WrestleMania main event. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, you faced both men. You faced both men at WrestleMania. So give me your thoughts on that match as it may play out on WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you didn't put on the last part of that, the only two guys to beat me at WrestleMania. So I know it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that kindness. Man, to me, it's a coin flip. You got this new Brock Lesnar. He's happy. I don't know where that came from because he hates everybody. And Roman has just been on point. He is. He's dialed in. He's been champion now for over 500 and some odd days. That is unheard of in this day and age to be champion that long. So it really is. It really is a flip of the coin. I can see it going either way. If you press me, I'm going to say Roman wins, and that might be an upset, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.